Senator Jean Shaheen says she is very concerned that the U.S. will not reach a deal before the country defaults on its debts. That is why she's spending some of her week alerting Granite Staters about where debt ceiling negotiations stand. Monica Hernandez is in the newsroom with how the senator says a default could impact us.
Well, Jamie, Senator Jean Shaheen today says she is not optimistic that this is going to get resolved anytime soon, and she is urging Granite Staters to reach out to the White House and the congressional delegation to push for a deal. If there isn't a deal soon, she says anyone that relies on federal dollars would be affected. Now, that includes those who receive veterans benefits, Social Security, food stamps, and Medicare. And in a virtual meeting with Granite State town leaders today, many told Senator Shaheen they are in the middle of their budgeting process, and not knowing what they can depend on from the federal government puts them at a disadvantage. Shaheen says about a third of the revenues New Hampshire relies on come from the federal government. She also met with chambers of commerce from the Granite State's biggest cities.
So it's really unfortunate that this is playing out as a partisan argument about spending. I think we would all agree that we ought to take a look at the debt and deficit of this country. I support that, but we should not be doing it as part of whether or not we're going to pay our bills.
Shaheen says based on her experience in 2011, when the country came closer to a default than ever before, circumstances now are even less favorable for reaching a deal. She says there are narrower margins in the House and Senate, that a number of House members are actually calling for a default, and that the business community hasn't been as involved this time around. Jen.